Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome, family, to Lone Wolf Firearms Training. I am your host, Juan J. Johnson, coming to you live on this October 9th, 2023. Hope to have a good conversation tonight. I know I am late. I am like an hour late. So whenever you view this broadcast, just share it, like it, subscribe when you get to it. May not be before you long on tonight. I want to bring you an update if you are a Maryland. I want to bring you an update if you are a Maryland wear and carry, concealed carry. I want to bring you an update. Yeah, I want to bring you an update. Again, just want to make sure that we are broadcasting. We're not limiting our approach. Again, welcome to Lone Wolf Firearms Training. I am your host. Let's get straight to the preliminaries. Always inquiring about your status as a responsible gun owner, gun user. Number one, if you need firearms training, go to lwftraining.com and sign up for your classes. You can sign up for the wear and carry, intro to firearms, basic one, your handgun qualification license. If you need it, it's just an instructor to come out there on the range, but you make sure that you are doing things properly. And also, if you have guns in your possession, you no longer want them, and we will come out, do the paperwork, and transfer those guns from your residence to the company for educational purposes. Okay, that's number one. Number two, I want to bring you an up-to-date decision by the courts, by the judge, if you are wear and carry, owner in Maryland. I want to read to you the ruling. A lot of Marylanders were concerned about the law that was just passed, went into effect on the 1st, about you being able to take your guns into ABC alcohol establishments, restaurants, and being within 1,000 feet of a demonstration. So we got some information on that right here. Found it for you. September 29th, a federal district court enjoined enforcement of that Part 1 SB that presumptively banned carry by permit holders in privately owned businesses, buildings, otherwise open to the public. That part of the SB1 that flatly banned the owners, farms, and locations to serve alcohol for on-site consumption. So what's it saying is this? Well, Maryland's law was trying to get us responsible gun owners to disarm ourselves from just going to any restaurant. We were not able to go to any restaurant, family, with our concealed weapons. So the court enjoined and made sure that they stopped that part of the law. So you who have a wear and carry, you can go to your favorite restaurant that serves you alcohol, even your liquor store, and you can wear your wear and carry. That's what the law is saying. Okay? A federal district court enforcement that Part 1 of the SB1 that presumptively banned carry by permit holders, which it would be you, in private owned buildings. They were trying to ban you from being able to have your gun in the privately owned buildings open to the public. basically you couldn't take your gun anywhere. That ruling has been stopped. That part of the SB1 that flatly banned owners, firearm locations licensed to serve alcohol for on-site consumption. You no longer have to worry about that, family. You can go to your favorite restaurant with your gun concealed and enjoy your meal. Okay. You can also, and that part of the existing law that banned firearms within 1,000 feet of demonstrations. What they were saying was they didn't want you within 1,000 feet of a demonstration on public property. You couldn't be within, although you was concealed, you could not be within 1,000 feet of a demonstration. So the judge put a halt to that, because I mean, Maryland legislators, along with the governor, were really trying to make it where if you were a wear and carry gun owner, that the only place you could wear and carry your gun was in your yard, on your property, in your car. Luckily, the judge put a stop to this, and we can carry the guns in public places. We can also go to restaurants, and we can also be able to, be walk casually in the neighborhood on public space, have our guns, and if there is a demonstration, we don't have to go and run and take our guns off and put them inside our cars. So just wanted to bring that to your attention. Want to give you an update again. I want to give you an update on that part of the enforcement of SB1 enjoined federal district court enjoined enforcement. That part of that ban is no longer active. So we're good now. We're good. So again, all those who live in Maryland and you have a wear and carry, you need to stay up on your laws. You need to stay up on these laws for your guns. I mean, there's a lot of laws out there, but you need to stay up on them because, again, family, it's a great responsibility for you to have a wear and carry, have the privilege to have it. But because we live in Maryland, and Maryland is not a gun-friendly state. I repeat, Maryland is not a gun-friendly state. So I want you to, again, be just be careful out here in these streets when you're wearing and carrying. Make sure you're up on these laws so you can carry properly, and we just go from there. We will go from there. So I wanted to bring that to your attention again about the laws, the updates, the court rulings, the federal ruling, and so that will not be enforced for right now. Well, let's move the conversation. Let's move the conversation. As everybody is talking about it, I guess I would give it a little attention, and that would be God, weapons, and war. I should have said war and rumors of wars. I've been saying this before Israel struck Hamas, before Hamas struck Israel, before the Ukraine, before Russia invaded the Ukraine. Okay. I've been saying that we have been in the era of war. I said it the other day, didn't even know that Hamas had struck Israel and Israel struck back. If you've been listening to me on these YouTube or these social media streets, I've been telling you to become responsible gun owners, gun users, because what's happening around the world eventually is going to affect us. I think we have this boy in the bubble complex that we're so fixated on what's going on around the world that we never assume it's going to happen in America. I want you to know, family, I want you to know war is here. It's on the shores. Again, our borders is not secure. I'm seeing a trained eye. Let me say something to you. A trained eye sees more males coming across these borders than females, not just males. I'm talking about males legally to fight in a war. We've seen a lot of men, okay? And I'm like, where are the children? Where are these families? I'm seeing a lot of men, males coming across this border. So it would lead me to believe that there's a Trojan horse taking place, that you got a army who has not been checked, that you got a lot of criminals who have not been properly screened, vetted. They are crossing our borders. And I got a big problem with that. Because again, my loyalties is to my culture and to the nation that I reside in. Get it twisted. Because when an invasion comes, they're not going to ask you, what's your religious belief system? What's your who you pledge to? They're going to see you as an American, and you're going to have to defend yourself, your family, maybe your city. Uh, we've never had war on these shores, but I will say this: I think you need to go watch the movie Red Dawn. That was wasn't a real movie, but you saw the people when they was invaded. Um, the citizens, the youngins, the youth, you know, they struck back, they fought back. Okay. Again, we've have never been invaded like this, family, except for maybe in the 1700s, Revolutionary War. Um, no war has come on our shores except for that Revolutionary War. Okay. But I know that what I'm seeing on television, I'm seeing a Trojan horse. I'm seeing men fully aged who basically feel like they can be ready to go to war. Okay? That's what I see. I don't know what you see. Also, that attack on Israel by Hamas, it does deserve some retaliation. I don't know all the details. I think none of us don't know all the details. But I do not advocate for the slaughtering of innocent people. And if Hamas did what they did, they struck first, then yes, Israeli has a right to strike back. Okay, we're very clear with this. But at the same time, as an American citizen, I believe that we need to take care of this homeland. We should be able to talk and chew gum at the same time. We should be able not just to assist in other people's wars, but the war on our own country. You know, these are this is a very delicate conversation that I'm having because see, I see the writing on the wall with some things. I don't know if this Israeli Hamas war is going to set a fuse for the rest of the Middle East. It has a potential. The way Israel is talking about uh, defending themselves, their right to exist and protect their people. And the way Netanyahu is he's really stepped up his rhetoric and saying, look here, they're going to do things that haven't been done before as far as strike back. They've already dropped about 1,000 bombs on Hamas and the Palestinians. Family, we're talking about thousands of people are going to die in this war, which could which could ignite this whole Middle East. Again, I've been saying we are in the era of war, and some of us, again, we watch stuff. Don't think that it can happen to us. We really believe that none of that stuff can happen to us because we've been so shielded for years, for decades. Americans have had we've had a front row seat to watch wars and rumors of wars around the globe and haven't seen it on our shores. But that day is coming. The day is coming sooner than you can imagine. Okay? It's coming, family. And I think you need to be ready for it. I think we all need to be ready for it. We all need to be ready for it. We're in some very dangerous times. Okay. And don't just say this. Don't just be a spectator. Don't just be a spectator. You need to literally become active in your own survival, your family, your friends, your neighborhood, your city, your state. And I say that with great sincerity. I've been trying to tell you guys, you need to lock up, you need to load up on your water, on your non-perishables, on your flashlights, on your batteries, on your candles, on your water treatment. Because again, if and when it happens to us, they're going to hit the power grid. They're going to hit the electrical grid. They're going to hit the water grids. When the lights go out, what you going to have? You better have some flashlights. You better have some batteries. You better have some candles. If the water grids get sabotaged, you better have some water stored up. And you better have something in place where when that runs out, that you have a little gadget where you're able to still drink some water from somewhere, a creek, a river, a pond. Uh, you need to be thinking survival. You really need to be thinking a bug out bag. Army issued, or you can go to Amazon and type in the word bug out bag and really start thinking about the survival kit. Also, it's not going to hurt you to invest in uh, some survival food. I've got mine. I just may have to just, without promoting their brands, I just may have to do a program on that so you can be somewhat ready, not getting ready, but ready just in case. The things I'm saying is what your political leaders should be saying to you, what your pastor should be saying to you, what your civil rights leaders should be saying to you, what your entertainers should be saying to you, what your sports personality should be saying to you. The people who you watch and listen to, who you put so much stock in, they should be saying these things to you. But who's saying these things to you? Who? We are now witnessing two wars going on simultaneously. Two. Russia, Ukraine. Okay. Forget Israel, Hamas. I haven't even dealt with the 5 or 6 wars that are going on in Africa. We dealt with the ones in Africa. A potential war with China and Taiwan. We're seeing North Korea and Russia, joining forces. Come on, family. Come on. We've got to stop being so complacent and think, well, that doesn't affect me. It does affect you. You know how it affects you? Because every time there's a war go on, the first thing America does, especially if it's one of America's allies, they find a way to support that country or that nation. And they support that nation without taxpayers' money, with my money, your money, the money that those taxes, those federal taxes that come on our check, those state taxes, it goes to fund these projects, whether it's a defense contract, whether it's these wars. And I keep asking myself the question, how is it that we have so much money to fund and support these wars, and we don't have the money to support the border or our vets or the homeless or our suicide epidemic that's taking place nationwide? We have so much money to support everything but what is happening in America? I got an issue with that. I take issue with that. I take great issue with that. And then we have these same officials on both sides of the aisle, Republican and Democrat. Again, it is my belief, you don't have to believe this, that it's just my belief that we can do better. We can do much more better as a community, as a nation. We have to do much better. We have to, family. Um, Again, wars and rumors of wars, family. Um, I just want you to start taking this stuff serious, family. I really do. I need you to start taking this serious. Again, I keep trying to remind you that we're in some dangerous, we're really we're in a real dangerous place. We have an election coming up next year, right? And we're already looking at funding 2 wars. 2. And I don't know if we have the money to do it. Correction, we don't have the money to do it because we have a $34 trillion deficit. A $34 trillion deficit. Again, under the watchful eyes of the most irresponsible group of people that America has produced, and that is baby boomer leadership. I'm gonna stay on top of that. In fact, I might do another program, just go real hard on the baby boomers. Real hard. Okay. So, family, you know what I see? And I'm gonna share this, and I wasn't gonna say it, but I'm gonna say it. You know how we've got 2 generations who are not, they have not been conditioned to go to church or to seek some type of divine connection, right? We got 2 generations at least who don't think like Generation X. They don't think like baby boomers. They don't think like the silent generation. They don't think like the great generation. They're on a whole different frequency, right? And they're not familiar with the scriptures. They're not familiar with the history of Israel and why Israel gets so much support, right? We got two generations at least who they're in their 20s now. In 20 years now, they'll be in their 40s. They will be your next politicians, your next congressmen, your next senators, your next civil rights leaders. Because I'll be in my 70s in 20 more years. Okay. But these coming behind us, they don't have the same connection to what's going on out here in these war streets to Israel. And I'm pretty sure that probably they may not be on board as supporting as we are because we have the history. You know, I don't think they're going to be on. I know they're not going to be on because they don't have the history or the knowledge. They're not loyal to the parties. They're loyal to their interests. The generation that's coming behind us, they're loyal to their interests. They're not loyal to the party. They're not. Okay. When I say party, they're not loyal to the Democrat Party or the Republican Party. They are loyal to their own interests. Okay. So again, I'm about to bring this to an end. I didn't want to come on, too long anyway. I just want to get that Maryland law piece out the way, bring it up to your attention that you can take your gun to the restaurant as long as you're concealed. There should be no issue with you walking the street with your gun and you come across a demonstration. Um, and you don't have to, uh, um, that public private property piece where, uh, where they want it so that if you own private property, a sign must be posted out that says you can't have your gun on their property. That's not being enforced. It's not being enforced as of yet. It's being contested, but it's not being enforced. Um, but family, again, I just want to encourage you to take what you're seeing serious. These bodies you're seeing in the street when you're watching these news, these are bodies. These are not actors. These bombs you see them being dropped. Those are bombs being dropped. Every time a bomb is dropped, there's a casualty. There's a casualty, and it's only going to intensify. And the question you got to ask yourself: how much war can you stand? How much war are you? How much can you stand? How much are you able to take? How much bloodshed are you able to take? We watch stuff all the time on television, but I don't think y'all ready for no blood. But you about to see some blood. You about to see it. This Ukraine and Russia piece has been going on for like 2 years now. Like I said, this situation in Israel, it has a potential to really, really, really ignite the whole Middle East. Is they really want to bring this Iran. They really want to bring this Iran thing into the equation. If they're able to bring Iran into the equation, all bets are off. All bets are off. There's no telling what's going to happen. I need you to become responsible gun owners, gun users, so you can protect yourself and your family. It is very interesting out here. I'm not trying to scare nobody at all, but I want you to become aware that we're in some very hostile and dangerous times, and you need to be serious about your survival, your family, your friends, your city, your county, your state, and possibly the nation. And possibly the nation. That's how serious it is. When it goes down, you remember these words. I told you to get ready. I told you. I told you to get ready. Okay. So with that said, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I'll wrap it up. I see you, Sarita. I see you, Andre Merck. I see you if you're still there. I don't see everybody. I keep seeing numbers fluctuate. I don't know who's watching, but again, if you are interested in becoming a responsible gun owner and gun user, go to lwftraining.com, sign up for the classes, okay? Uh, get your permits, get your wear and carry, continue to go to the range and train. Don't take that gun off the shelf, blow off the dust, and go down there and do some shooting, okay? Stay up on these laws, stay up on these laws. And again, always remember this, family. It's not how much you know, it's how much you care, especially out here in these streets. And there is a lone wolf in you. It's my job to bring them out. With that said, stay encouraged. I want you healthy. I want you happy. I want you to find love. I want you to have success. I want you to be prosperous. I want you to be wealthy. I want you to find all the resources you need for whatever you need to do. And I want you to have unlimited money. That is my prayer for you, for all those under the sound of my voice. Again, stay encouraged, stay focused, stay out of trouble. Get your guns, get your permits, put your water away. Everything all the non-perishables you need, put them away. And I'll talk to you soon. With that said, have a great evening.